My wife texted, "Staying at Sarah's tonight? Girl talk." I said, "Enjoy." Then I checked her location. She was at a cottage 200 miles away. When I showed up at the door with divorce papers and found her with her personal trainer. Original post I, 38 male, got the text while eating leftover pizza in front of the TV. Wife, "Staying at my friend's tonight, babe. Girl talk and wine. Don't wait up." Me, "Have fun." Normal stuff. Her friend lived nearby. They did this maybe once a month. I figured I'd play video games and enjoy the quiet. Except I got bored around an hour later and remembered we had that location sharing thing on our phones. She'd insisted on it last month after some true crime podcast freaked her out. "Just in case something happens to either of us," she'd said. Open the app out of pure boredom. Not suspicion. Just had nothing better to do. The little dot wasn't at her friend's house. It was showing some spot about 200 miles away, middle of nowhere near some lake. I stared at it, refreshed, still there. That's weird, I thought. Maybe the app's glitching? Then I remembered our credit card synced to an app. Opened it. Recent charge, $450. Some cottage rental company, posted yesterday. Another charge, $195. Fancy restaurant, that same area. Posted 2 hours ago. My stomach dropped. Pulled up her trainer's Instagram. This guy she'd been working with for the past year since she got really into fitness. He'd posted a story a few hours back, sunset photo. Location tag matched where her dot was showing. Oh. I sat there for maybe 10 minutes just processing. Then something in me just went cold and logical. Grabbed my laptop, Googled divorce lawyers, found one with good reviews, filled out the consultation form. Then I looked at that location dot again, 4-hour drive. Packed a bag, stopped at the 24-hour print shop, had them print every screenshot, the location, the charges, her text, his Instagram, all of it. Cost like $35. Got in the car and started driving. Arrived around 1 in the morning. Found the cottage. Her car was there. His car right next to it. Some expensive sports car he probably couldn't actually afford. Took photos of everything. Then I called the rental company's emergency line. "Hi, I need to report fraudulent use of my credit card. Someone rented a cottage without my authorization." The guy hesitated. "Sir, if it's a joint card." "I'm the primary holder. I didn't authorize this charge. I need it canceled and the guests removed." Long pause. "We can cancel, but there's no refund and the guests will need to vacate immediately." Perfect. Hung up and waited in my car. About 20 minutes later, lights came on. The door opened. My wife came out in a bathrobe, looking annoyed. The trainer was behind her, shirtless. They were arguing with someone, probably the property manager. I got out of my car, walked into the light from the porch. My wife saw me and literally froze mid-sentence. "Hey babe," I said. "How's girl talk?" She couldn't speak, just stood there with her mouth open. The trainer tried stepping forward. "Look man, we can explain." "Don't care. Not talking to you." Looked at my wife. "I've got screenshots of everything. Your location, the credit card charges you made without telling me, his Instagram post, your text line about where you were, all of it." "This isn't, I can explain," she started. "Nope, I've got a lawyer consultation in a few hours. You can explain to them. All communication goes through lawyers from now on." The property manager cleared his throat. "Folks, I need you to vacate. The reservation's canceled." "They're all yours," I said. Turned back to my wife. "Enjoy finding a hotel at 1 a.m. Got in my car and left. Drove 4 hours back home while my hands shook the entire time. Update 1. The last 2 weeks have been absolutely insane. Got home that morning and went straight to the lawyer consultation. Showed her everything. She looked at the evidence and actually smiled. "This is pretty clear cut. She used marital funds for an affair. That helps us tremendously." Filed for divorce that same day. Had her served at the gym 3 days later. Yeah, I made sure the process server caught her there with him. Petty? Maybe. Satisfying? Absolutely. She showed up at the house that afternoon. I'd already changed the locks. Lawyer's recommendation. Heard her key trying the lock, then pounding. "Open this door right now." I talked through the Ring camera. "You can pick up your essentials tomorrow afternoon. Schedule it with my lawyer. You can't lock me out. This is my house too. You left. You stayed at your mom's place for the last 3 days. You established residence elsewhere. But hey, call the cops if you think I'm wrong. They'll explain it to you." She called them. 2 cops showed up an hour later. I showed them the divorce filing, explained the situation calmly, showed them her text with the date stamp. The older cop looked exhausted. "Ma'am, this is civil. You need to handle it through your lawyers. You can't force your way back in during a divorce proceeding." "He's making me homeless." "You've been staying at your mother's house for 3 days. You have a residence." They left. She screamed at them from the driveway about abuse and abandonment. They ignored her. Next day, her mother showed up. This woman never liked me anyway, so this was going to be fun. She didn't knock, just started screaming through the door. "You monster, open this door and face me like a man!" Through the camera. "Not interested in talking to you. My daughter made one mistake and you're destroying her life. One mistake is forgetting an anniversary. This was lying, cheating, and spending our money on it. That's a series of choices. She loves you, she's devastated. She was so devastated she spent 3 days at a cottage with another dude. I'm sure she cried the whole time. You'll pay for this. We'll take everything from you." "Cool, see you in court." She stayed out there yelling for like half an hour before finally leaving. Then came the legal demands. Her lawyer sent a letter wanting me to move out of the house, her to have exclusive use of it during the divorce, $3,500 monthly temporary support. Both cars, we had 2, both titled in my name, full custody of our dog, my dog that I'd had for 7 years before we even met. My lawyer actually laughed reading it. The entitlement is remarkable. Her response letter was basically, absolutely not. Discover how much she actually contributed financially. She can get a job and we're keeping the dog because it's his. But here's where things got really interesting. I got a call from my bank. Someone tried to transfer $15,000 out of our joint account to a new external account. The bank flagged it as suspicious. "Freeze it," I said. "Remove her access entirely. We're divorcing and she just tried to steal money." They put a hold on everything pending legal paperwork. My phone exploded. Her friends, her sister, everyone messaging me. "You froze her out of the bank account? How is she supposed to survive? She tried to steal $15,000. She can survive at her mother's house. You're being cruel and vindictive. She cheated on me with her trainer using my money. I'm being protective of my assets." Big difference. Then, and this is the best part, the trainer called me. "Dude, you gotta chill out. She's going through a really hard time because of you." I almost laughed. She's going through a hard time? I'm the problem? You're being a dick about this whole thing. Just be cool and let her have some money to get on her feet. Let me get this straight. You slept with my wife while she was married to me, and now you want me to give her money? I mean, she needs help right now, man. You're her husband. Soon-to-be ex-husband, because of you and her. Mostly her, but you definitely helped. Whatever, dude, you're just bitter. Oh, one more thing. I filed a complaint with your gym's corporate office. Sleeping with married clients violates your employment contract. Thought you should know. You what? Hung up. I actually had filed the complaint that morning. Sent them all the evidence. Photos of them at the cottage, the Instagram posts, everything. Found out 2 days later they fired him. Well, terminated for violation of professional conduct policies. When my wife found out, she lost it. 30-something angry texts from different numbers before I blocked them all. The best one, "You got him fired? What is wrong with you? This is psychotic." I sent one reply, "He violated company policy by sleeping with a married client. That's on him. All communication goes through lawyers." Blocked her completely after that. Update 2. About a month since cottage night, the entitlement has reached absolutely absurd levels. Had a court hearing about her emergency motion to access the house. She showed up with her mother and sister, all dressed up like they were going to a funeral. Maximum sympathy play. Her lawyer gave this whole speech about how I'd cruelly locked her out without warning, denied her access to her belongings, was hoarding marital assets. Then my lawyer stood up and handed the judge a packet. All the evidence. Everything. "Your Honor, my client's wife told him she was staying at a friend's house for girl talk. She was actually at a rented cottage 4 hours away with her personal trainer, paid for with marital funds. When confronted, she voluntarily stayed at her mother's house. That's not being locked out, that's leaving." The judge looked at my wife. "Is this accurate?" She was crying. "I made a mistake. He's been emotionally distant for months. That's not what I asked. Did you go to this cottage with another man while telling your husband something else? Yes, but I was confused. And you stayed at your mother's residence afterward? I needed time to process. Motion denied. You established residence elsewhere. File a proper motion if you want property access. Next case. Her lawyer tried to argue. Judge shut him down immediately. Outside the courthouse, her mother completely lost it. You liar! You manipulated the judge. I presented facts. Your daughter lied and got caught. She's suffering. Don't you care? She's suffering the consequences of her own choices. That's not the same thing. Her sister jumped in. You've always been controlling. She told us how you watched everything she did. I literally found out she was cheating by accident. I wasn't watching anything. But thanks for admitting she's been painting me as the villain for a while. They kept screaming, but I just left. That afternoon, my wife showed up at my office. Security called me. Sir, there's a woman in the lobby claiming to be your wife. Says it's an emergency. We're divorcing. There's no emergency. Please remove her. She's saying you have her medication, and she needs it urgently. I went down there. She was full crying, makeup running everywhere. I need my anxiety medication. It's at the house. Please. I'm having panic attacks. Text me the prescription info. I'll have it delivered to your mom's address. I need my clothes too. My makeup, my stuff. Make a list. Send it to my lawyer. We'll schedule a supervised pickup. Why are you being so heartless? Don't you care about me at all anymore? Here's where I should have just walked away. But I was tired. You spent 9 years with me. Let me work 60-hour weeks for 6 months so you could quit your job and find yourself. Then you cheated on me with some guy who's barely 30. Lied straight to my face about it. Used our money for your affair. And when you got caught, you tried to steal 15 grand. So no. I don't care about you anymore. I care about protecting myself from you. Security escorted her out while she screamed about me being a narcissist. But wait, it gets better. My lawyer discovered another bank account during financial discovery. One I didn't know about. My wife had opened it 2 years ago and had been moving money from our joint account into it. Small amounts, couple hundred here and there. Total, almost $19,000. When my lawyer brought this up in the next hearing, her lawyer tried claiming it was her personal savings. My lawyer countered, it's marital funds moved without disclosure. That's dissipation of assets. Judge agreed. Ordered all accounts disclosed and froze that one too. My wife completely melted down. Started calling me from random numbers. You're taking everything. I have nothing. You have whatever you personally earned, which is, let me check, nothing. You quit your job 6 months ago. I worked for our marriage. I took care of the house. You went to the gym and did yoga. That's not a job. I deserve financial support. You'll get whatever the court says you get, which probably includes having that 19 grand you hid counted against you. She was still screaming when I hung up. The absolute cherry on top? The gym's corporate investigation into the trainer expanded. Turns out he'd done this before with at least 2 other married clients. My complaint opened up a whole thing. Guy's completely done in the industry now. My wife somehow found out and tried blaming me for ruining his life and hers. I sent one final text. You both ruined your own lives. I just stopped protecting you from the consequences. Enjoy. Then blocked her everywhere permanently. My lawyer told me to go full no contact. You're winning. Don't give them ammunition. So here I am, a month in. Legal fees are already over $10,000. It's exhausting and expensive. But every time I think about maybe being reasonable, I remember her in that bathrobe at the cottage, him behind her, after she'd lied to my face and spent our money on it. Nope. She made her bed. She can lie in it. With or without the trainer, who apparently isn't returning her calls anymore either. Final update. 7 months since I showed up at that cottage. Divorce finalized last week. Time to close this out. The settlement process was brutal. She fought everything, every single asset, every expense, every detail. Her lawyer kept filing motions, asking for delays, trying to drag it out forever. Cost me another $14,000 in legal fees on top of the initial amount. Finally, the judge got fed up and set a firm trial date. That's when her lawyer apparently explained what would happen. All the evidence would become public record. The affair, the hidden account, the attempted theft, everything. Settlement offer came 2 weeks before trial. Final terms: house, sold it. After paying the mortgage, we each got about $82,000. She wanted more, claimed she'd invested emotional labor into making it a home. Judge wasn't having it, especially with the hidden $19,000 account sitting there. Her secret account got counted as advanced distribution of marital assets, meaning she'd already taken her share, so it reduced what she got from everything else. Spousal support: she wanted $3,500 monthly for 5 years. Judge gave her $1,100 monthly for 18 months, specifically called it rehabilitative support so she could gain employment skills. She cried when that was announced. Cars: we had 2, both titled in my name. She wanted the newer one. Got the older one, a reliable sedan but nothing special. I kept my truck. Retirement: this hurt. Lost about $38,000 from my 401k in the split. That's just how it works legally. The dog: she fought for my dog that I'd had for 7 years before we even met. Out of pure spite, I had all the adoption papers, vet records, everything in my name from before the marriage. Judge gave me the dog. She actually sobbed in court over this. Her personal debt: discovered she'd racked up about $7,500 in credit card debt I didn't know about. Shopping, restaurants, who knows what else. Judge made her solely responsible for it. So yeah, I lost money. About $38,000 from retirement, nearly $25,000 in legal fees, and I'm paying her about $20,000 total over 18 months. But I got the house equity, my truck, my dog, and freedom. The affair legally didn't matter as much as I'd hoped. We're in a no-fault state. But it definitely influenced the smaller decisions. The judge's face every time evidence of the affair came up told me everything I needed to know about how it affected his view of her credibility. The aftermath for her has been interesting. The trainer thing imploded spectacularly. After he got fired, he apparently tried making things work with her. Lasted about 5 weeks before he dumped her. Guess the connection wasn't as strong when she didn't have money, and he didn't have a job. She's living with her mother, which according to mutual friends has been a disaster. Constant fighting. Her mother expected her to contribute and get a job. She expected to be taken care of while she recovered from trauma. She did get a job eventually, some retail position making probably $35 to $40K. But the $1,100 I'm paying basically doubles her income. Only reason she's surviving: most of her friends disappeared. Turns out publicly cheating on your husband doesn't win you a lot of sympathy. The ones who initially supported her quietly backed off when the full story came out. And that gym banned her membership. Not because of the trainer situation, but because she caused a massive scene there after he got fired. Screaming at staff, throwing equipment. They escorted her out and blacklisted her from the whole chain. As for me, I'm doing all right. Bought a smaller house. Nothing fancy, but it's mine. Just me and my dog. Mortgage is way less than before, so even with the legal fees and settlement, I'm financially stable. Work promoted me a few months back. When you're not supporting someone who contributes nothing, you can focus on your career. Got a $12,000 raise. Started seeing someone new recently, taking it very slow. She knows the whole story. Her reaction? Wait, she cheated on you, lied about it, tried to steal your money, and then played victim, and people actually felt sorry for her? Yeah, I like her. Therapy helped too. Took a while to admit I needed it, but working through the trust issues with a professional made a difference. Still cautious about relationships, probably always will be, but I'm functional. My ex tried reaching out a few weeks ago through a mutual friend. Wanted closure and to apologize properly. I sent back, "We're done. I don't need or want your apology. Move on." Haven't heard from her since. Looking back, would I have done anything different? Maybe I wouldn't have driven to that cottage in the middle of the night. Could have just filed for divorce with the evidence I already had. But something about seeing it with my own eyes, watching her face when she realized she was caught, yeah, there was closure in that. The revenge wasn't elaborate. It was just refusing to be a doormat. Not accepting her lies or letting her rewrite history as me being the bad guy. Not giving her continued access to my resources while she figured out her next move. Just enforcing boundaries and letting natural consequences happen. She lost her marriage, her home, her financial security, her relationship with the trainer, most of her friends, and her reputation. She's working retail at 35, living with her mother, paying off debt she accumulated during our marriage. Is that enough? For me, yeah. She made choices. Choices have consequences. I just didn't shield her from them. To anyone going through something similar, document everything. Get a good lawyer. Don't engage emotionally with them or their family. Protect your assets. And remember that being the bigger person doesn't mean letting someone walk all over you. The cottage was 7 months ago. The divorce is done. This chapter is closed. Time to actually live my life.